Welcome to That One Time in Business with me, your host, Casey Renee, a creative director and brand strategist who has 1,000,001 stories and lessons to share. Now remember, these are teachable moments with a twist and a laugh. So let's get started. Okay, so boom, we're back. ShEeeSH. Part 2. You know what I did realize though, however, I realized that I was... You know when your feelings are tied up and wrapped up into something like a bow, you forget to, it's like when you're arguing with it, you know what I'm saying? You think of all the stuff you should have said at the end. That was episode 1, So I forgot the main point of the podcast, and I do apologize. We got to tell you some gems that I learned from the experience. So it's going to go gems, part 2, gems again, okay? So follow me. All right. So the first gem that I learned so far is to trust your instincts. Like if you feel something is off, roll with it. And there's nothing wrong with this. And this is also going to be the same gem at the end again. But again, we're talking about part 1. Trust your instincts. Okay. Also, do not, everything that glitters is not gold. Okay. And I think that we are conditioned that way. And you can't help it. I don't think it makes a person wrong. I don't think it makes a person right. We all want what's shiny. We all want, we want these things. We want to say we've been around these things. We want to say we own these things. We want to say that we have experienced these things, and that's just the culture that we're in, and I can't honestly say, and I'm not going to lie and say, honestly, 100% of me wanted to be in that room solely because of what the room was about. No, I would say 50% of me wanted to be in that room because of what it was about. And the other 50% is because of the potential of the glitter and the gold of the room that it possessed with the people and who was creating the room. Okay. So I'm going to be very transparent. Like instead of also being one-sided where it feels like I'm just, and I hope it doesn't feel like I'm just going in, because I'm just sharing my experience. It seems as though it's glitter and gold on social media, and my experience, I have to keep prefacing that, my experience was not glitter, and it was damn sure not gold. Now, I'm not taking away from anybody else's, but I'm just, again, telling you mine. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't play a part. Now, my attitude, that's another gem right here, is your attitude does, what they say, your attitude determines your altitude. I went in, already looking a little like, I was a little skeptical, even though I went into my prayer closet and we had a little talk. I cannot sit here and say, because God gonna be like, you're lying. I'm not gonna sit here and say I was 100% fully like, we gonna do this shit. I wasn't, do I think that had some impact on what was going on? Not really, but I could get it. Okay, so there was one ShEeeSH person that was there, and I call her Poppy. And I call her Poppy because she literally, I'm talking about from the moment we got the I'll call you, we connected. And she just saw everything so clear in her vision. And I love that. I thought that was really great. But then the realist in me, and I also put this as a gem, it is okay to be a realist in a group of people who are like happy-go-lucky. It does not make you a bad person. It just makes you, because honestly, I felt like I was doing it out of caring, because we have a group chat. So in the group chat, sometimes after we was getting the news of like, we're coming back and all this other stuff, I'm like, I don't know. It got to the point where basically in the group chat, that's Poppy and I'm Branch. And that was fine. Because to be honest, in groups, friend groups, because those are my friends, you need that dynamic. Because if everybody is floating, who's going to bring you back down? And if everybody is down, who's going to see the world? Like, there has to be balance of the two. So I was perfectly okay with being deemed Branch, okay? So I say that as the gem to be true to yourself, and there is a way, and this is business and in life, that if you are skeptical or, something is eating at you or you have questions, it does not make you a bad person, or it doesn't mean that, you know, you're a Debbie Downer or you're just this negative energy. That's not it. There's always a way. What's the saying? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I was also very cognizant of how I presented my feelings to these people, and it was received. It literally, I think our group honestly was like 50-50. Like it was 50 branches and 50 poppies, 50% poppies. And it worked. It worked to everybody's benefit. Okay. So those are my gems that from part 1. Okay. Now, part 2. All right. So I decided to go back. I did do this thing, honestly, in my close friends. If you're my close friends gang, 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 gang. I asked, I was like, yo, this is like, they know everything. They know everything. They know where the body is at. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I don't know. And it was a split vote from them. They was like, people in my close friends was like, yeah, no, don't do that shit. It ain't even worth it. You already had a bad time. Like, don't do it. Like, and I was like, nah, it's gonna be different because they paying for my travel. They gonna feed me. They gonna feed me. They gonna feed Victor. Fix it. It keeps repeating itself. They gonna feed me, and I am going to be in a room with 5 celebrities, 14 creatives, and a sponsor. So why would I not go back again?
My partner yelling too soon, don't do it. Reconsider, read some litter. Sure on the subject, you sure?
So this was also the day that I was supposed to start my job. So I went into the teaching realm. For those who do not know, I am back as a high school teacher teaching basically graphic arts and career exposure for entrepreneurships. Basically get these kids to make moolah, make that money. So it was my first day. And I already, on the first day, I told my principal and my director what was going on. They was like, yeah, you gotta go. Like, you, especially because you're teaching entrepreneurship. Like, what? Like, damn near, this is you going for work at this point. Like, do this, get what you need, and bring this information and this back to our kids, which is another thing I started to look at. I was like, you know what? Y'all are right. Like, I don't know who I'm gonna meet in this room, but now I have kids with a Z from all walks of life that I'm about to teach this craft to. Who knows the potential I could find in this room with these 5 celebrities, 14 creatives, and 1 sponsor. Who would have known? Who knows? Okay, well, the day came. I woke up early. I was excited. And because let's also remember what I told you about part 1. This is a 1-day situation. You fly in, you fly out. So I flew in, and my flying time, this is where it already started going left. I'm not even gonna lie. I wanted to sound sweet, like this is going to start off good, baby, but we're already starting tragically. So we had a car service that was supposed to be for us. And the car service was scheduled to be there at 8, 8:15, 8:30, 8:45. And then everybody would get there and be in position at, I believe, like 9:15. Baby, I don't know what system they thought. I used to live in this place. It's Atlanta. I mean, I think everybody kind of figured that one. I used to live in Atlanta. I don't know what traffic pattern they're used to coming out of the airport, but baby, I knew my third eye. I knew that wasn't going to you telling me, I don't give a fuck how close something is. You tell me every 15 minutes. Baby, the car service got backed up around round 1, okay? It didn't take 2 rounds. By round 1, it was fucked up, okay? So people were getting off our flight, and mind you, as soon as we get off the flight, we have to be in a place and we have to be ready. Like, you need to be ready. And for those who know what I'm talking about, at this point, I feel like everybody should just, you have to, there's cameras and everything. So you want to look like something. So I got off the plane, and my drive been on the plane since 4:30. Well, I started the journey at 4:30. I already look like a dirt ball, okay? I have a wig weave situation, And, Maryland to Atlanta, the heat hits different. I have leave out, I have lace, I don't know how to do my hair. Cool. So we get off the plane and a couple of people are with me from ShEeeSH, they're with me. So I'm like, okay, well, the first car got the first people. Now it's us. So we're like texting and we're like, all right, y'all, we ready. Bring them back. No, like we don't know where the car is, but we're starting soon. Like I'm talking about, we got to text on some. Hope you guys basically get here in time because we're starting.
Bitch, I know you fucking lied. Because, oh my God,
Want to hear more of today's special episode? Hit the link in the show notes or log on to caseyrenee.substack.com and subscribe for full access along with other premium content. You think the stories are good now? Wait until you hear these.